a little more simple than the previous group. So what we wanted to do was we all wanted to individually create something from scratch and combine it together to showcase all of our talents. So we made a video, and what I did from scratch was I wrote an entry about why I took a gap year and how it's impacted me and shaped me as an individual. And what Ryan did was so he's the videographer and the photographer, so he tried to capture my experience through his footage. And Joe, Scott, if you want to explain what you did?
What I did was get her vocals down from her speaking, and I mixed it down so it could be a professional level as close as possible. And I also composed the music for the film.
Alright, so yeah, this is the video that we created.
A little. I was bored of living a lifestyle of following directions. I was tired of conforming to match my friends and family. I was itching to get out in the world and explore. I was curious about what exposing myself to a diverse environment would be like. I wanted to do something outside the box. I wanted to hear new stories and meet people from various backgrounds. I wanted to build my professional skills. I wanted to learn valuable lessons outside of the classroom. I wanted to build individuality and develop my own ideas and beliefs. I wanted to do things for myself and become independent. Lucky for me, when college fell in my lap and something. My original plan was to go directly to the University of Missouri to study journalism, and surely it would be beneficial given that Mizzou had one of the best journalism schools in the nation. But college made me reflect. What if I had a leg up before even going there? What if I could get hands-on experience with journalism, such as an internship, or at least shadowing publications? What was stopping me from taking an opportunity to learn outside the classroom? I finally started forging my own path and stopped following directions. College provided me with an opportunity to create a new lifestyle where I got to decide where to go next. In the last 5 months, I've been to 3 new countries, which are all drastically different from one another. I got to witness the Hindu ceremonies and beautiful temples in Indonesia. I saw the upcoming modern city of Singapore. I witnessed the funky architecture in Melbourne as well as the Sydney Opera House. I finally got the exposure to diversity that I've always craved. I learned how to live with roosters waking me up at 4 a.m., minimal shower pressure, and intense humidity. I learned to speak some Indonesian and that I should only use my right hand for everything. I learned to love nasi goreng and mie goreng. I learned to live for Wednesday nights when the locals would play their guitars. And I learned that living with less made me appreciate more. Here I feel like I've had guidance towards the kind of person I want to be, not only in the workforce, but also as an individual. Definitively, I've discovered the power of taking risks. I took a risk and it was the best decision I've ever made. Taking an unconventional path gave me the chance to transform, grow, and most importantly, live alone.
So creating everything from scratch was pretty difficult, but it's what we all love to do. So some of the failures that I went through was I threw in some clips that weren't obviously from the past 2 days because I felt like trying to match what she said. A lot of things like that I did in Bali and whatnot match that way better than if I could film in the city. I also had a Premiere crash, which is like the editing software I use, at 2 a.m. So I had to redo a bunch, which was a complete pain. And also, if anyone has the new MacBooks, I only have 2 ports. So if I ever had to charge my laptop, I had to stop editing and wait until it would charge again. So that just continued the length of the process. But some things we did well was just being able to create everything from scratch, like the audio and her speaking and her creating the script and then just producing the video. And what I thought, at least for me, what I learned was that we could have used our time better. We had most of the day Wednesday. We were like, nah, we can finish it tomorrow.
Yeah, we were probably up the latest out of all the groups. We were up till 6 a.m. Yeah, and I think the most challenging part for me was the same thing for him, but the reverse. My writing felt limited because I had to match his footage because there were certain things that I couldn't write about because there was just nothing that he could capture that would show that. So that was what was hard for me. But he gave me constructive criticism and told me what I shouldn't write about. So thanks for it.
My challenges were actually just trying to match the music with the tone of the film, not knowing what the shots were beforehand. I just had to go off the limb and just had to make sure that the speed was right, make sure that everything was right. And it took a long time. Well, sort of. It depends on what you say long. It took me 2 hours to complete the whole thing, which I will put in the Slack for you to hear if you didn't hear it clearly through the TV. We also had a little issue with the audio when she was speaking. She breathes kind of weird. It was like when she was speaking, she would like real hard. So while I had to mix that down, it took me from 5 to 7:30 to finish that. But how it came out and how the before sound is, I really feel like I learned a lot from it, and I really do appreciate it. We could have used our time a lot better, but the time that we did use, we ended up making something great.
Any questions?
What was the matching process like with like your different styles, and like how did you know where to start?
That was the hardest part, honestly. Just figuring out if we should do the audio first and then put the video over it, or put the video together and then the audio, or put the music and then just like either which way. It took us a while. That's probably why we started Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So where did you end up like starting?
I kind of started a little bit on the video because I was like antsy to do it, and then Joe finished the music, and then or actually we got the audio from Allison first, then the music, so then it all just kind of came together because we finished everything.
Yeah, I kind of took a nap. Yeah. So I just woke up and I woke up and I made the music. Just so happened that it happened to match the speed and the tone of what it was. So that was a good thing. But yeah, I did just like wake up out of bed, like, hey, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I was kind of tired. Any more questions?
I'm curious about just the dynamic of the team putting it together, and like when you were under stress, realizing you had this short amount of time to get a lot done, how that played out and what you learned in terms of working as a team.
I feel like all of us just individually are really passionate about what we do, so even though it was challenging, it was like still fun to do it. And even like working on it until like 5 a.m. It was just fun to do even though I wanted to sleep.
Going off of what he said, I feel like that we all just put our best foot forward. I don't think it actually felt like stress to us. It just felt like something that we